1991. This is a picture of the instruction book for a 1949 Indian one longer that I am about to begin to refurbish. This is one close-up of the machine as it sits along the house, partially unassembled. That's another view, just about the same type of picture, but it is a different picture. This is a third picture, basically the same thing. I kind of hope this will help in reassembling.
What we've got here is the front wheel. It is approximately 19 inches across from side to side. The rear wheel is identical to it. As we turn it around, this is the brake side. I will attempt to relace these new spokes.
Thunderous crash in the background of my son trying to climb the Doko door.
Spoke is approximately 7 7/8 inches long.
The autofocus still engaged here, Dad?
Yes.
Yeah.
The long spoke is 7 7/8 inches long. The short spoke is approximately 5 3/8 inches long. Rear wheel, finished a little better, is also about 19 inches across. Spoke is about 7 7/8 inches long on a long spoke. Oh well. Get this.
Yes, folks, this is unrehearsed.
I can't really get a good measurement on that one, but right this way. That's about 5.5 inches long, as close as I can get it. Anyway, that's how it appears prior to any attempts at reconstruction or refurbishing. We'll take further pictures of the rest as we go along. Okay.
What we have here is the frame of the motorcycle as it sits in my cellar. No wheels attached, just the motor, handlebars, and a frame. The wheels are pictured right alongside of it. Up on the shelf you can see one of the tires. In the boxes are spare parts. In that plastic bag is the tank. There are the two fenders next to it. The other plastic bag contains the front fender and various parts of the bike. Front and rear fenders. The red one is the front fender. The gray unpainted one, or in rough shape, is the rear fender.
Talking to somebody?
Pictured there are the two tires. As you can see, there's a lot of tread left. The motorcycle, as it sits right now, has 5,300 374 miles on it, so to all intents and purposes, it has not been run, not even broken in yet. First project here is to remove one long spoke, one short spoke from each of the wheels. They are more than likely identical. These sample spokes will be sent to Buchanan Spoke Works in California, where they will make me up a complete set for each wheel of stainless steel spokes. The wheels will then be chromed and relaced.
I enjoy it. Death threats, you know, because I didn't enjoy Country Battlefield as much as you did, but this one I did. I don't.
The bottom bolt that I'm focusing on here screws right into the frame with a nut on the inside part here, the back here, holding it on. That is a hanger for the tailpipe. That's another hanger for the for the muffler, I should say. Those are the two horses I built today. Picked up the bike and stuck it on a little platform there so that we can work on it. This area here is the top of the fork. It's the bracket that goes in there to hold the speedometer. There are 4 bolts that hold the speedometer, this bracket in there to house the speedometer. This whole unit fits up right in here. The bracket, the little rubber washer, and the whole unit slides in there. These 2 wires with the rubber sleeve that I'm holding from the handlebars here, they are for the headlight. The headlight wires plug right into them. I'm attempting to remove the handlebars now. That's the cable, clutch cable I'm focusing on right now. It goes to the rear of the bike. This is the rear portion of the bike that I've got right here. And that's the position, if I can focus on it a little better, that the clutch bar is mounted. As you can see, it's straight across. The little bracket right there is where the clutch cable comes in. As you can see, there's a ground cable from that solenoid there, the white one, which was attached at that point to the cable. Doesn't really matter though, I suppose the ground cable could be attached just about anywhere. I'm going to remove the wires here. This wire that I'm holding on the outside of the solenoid, this one and this one here. One on the outside, one on the inside. The outside wire here corresponds with the outside wire as you sit on the bike, the left side of the generator. This one here is to the outside. This one here is to the inside. Remove the handlebars and shine them up a little bit. They're coming out pretty good. Bike is coming apart slowly. Took the horn off, placed it along with the speedometer in a bucket here on the side. Trying to mark everything as I go along. We're getting down little by little. Holy shit, give me about 4 bottles of that goddamn milk. Today is November 7th. I'm going to attempt frame. The frame is the two-piece jobber. I'm focusing in on the area where the seat would mount. Coming back over the back wheel, there's a few types of bolts there that you can see. This is just to be able to tell where they go in. This white section right here, maybe I can focus that in with the, there. I don't know just what that is, but it fits over the, comes back down here, your adjustment for the wheel. This holds part of the muffler on. Going down to the bottom, this is where the battery sits. Your foot pegs. The frame comes apart right there. This is the section directly underneath the engine, as you can see here. Comes apart right there also. Horn section here. This is looking at the lower part of the frame, directly under the shift lever. There appears to be a bolt right there that I'm going to try to take off right here. This thing isn't that. This unit here is to keep the kickstand from going right in, and this is in the lower frame. There may be the bolt that goes right through there. I don't know until I take it off. This is the foot peg on the left side of the bike. I'm removing it. It seems to turn right off in that fashion. Okay? You know, that's the way it goes back on. Turns. There's a bolt directly behind this, in here up against this plate. When putting it on, that bolt is going to have to be set in there first and then turn it on. I'm going to have to get a wrench in here to hold the nut, I should say, and then turn it out. So be careful when you're putting the frame back together. This nut has to go in first. This is the left side of the bike, just below the shift lever here. This bolt right that I've got right here is the one that had the little wing on it to hold the kickstand. That bolt goes right through to the other side of the frame and it comes out that way. Same thing with the one directly under the transfer case here and to the rear of the bike slightly. It's only about 6 inches away. That one also goes right out to the other side. This unit is to the front of the bike. This is the kickstand mounted on the front part of the frame. I'm removing this here particular clamp right there. This is the head of the bolt on the front part of the frame. This is the nut. So when you put it back together, I imagine it should go the same way. The head of the bolt goes through on the top part toward the front. The bottom part, it comes in from the other side. So this is a nut and this is the head of a bolt. This is a close-up of that unit at the front of the frame. These two, this plate right here that holds the horn and also on the other side. I've removed the bolts that I just took pictures of in the previous frames. One here and one here. There's 1, 2, 3 more. They all appear to be the same size. They hold this bracket in on the left side and this one in on the right side. In this particular case right here, it's held directly to the frame. That's part of the mounting procedure, I guess. So these 5 bolts I will put in the same envelope so that we know what they're for. When putting this back together, these 2 plates here, make sure that your horn bracket is mounted right there on the left side, and this one on the right side, okay? The horn bracket goes up there on these 2 plates. This is looking at the lower part of the frame down in the front. This bolt goes right through the frame. After taking off the nuts and the washers, there is a small L-shaped bracket on there. Right here. You can see it move. Go down underneath, onto which is fastened a small spring underneath there, right here. Goes all the way over, and that's what brings up the kickstand. So when you're putting this lower thing in on a frame, make sure you put this little clamp on with the spring first. I've removed that rear half of the frame. That of the front half, and I have turned it over. I've got to remove this particular piece that goes right in between the engine down there. I'll go to the other side and take a shot of where it's fat. This is looking at it from the bottom of the engine. Trying to get a side shot. That plate right there has to come out. I'll try to get a better shot with macro. Right there. Those bolts have to come out. This is the bottom of the frame, it's already loose. This is the opposite side. And back in there, you can see the other T down in there. That's got to go right up through the engine. I must remove this plate on the side here. Take the bolts out. Take the plates out. And then I'm quite sure that the frame will pull out, but that's going to be rather difficult.
But that's a cute one. I've never had a cruising ring. But it's signed inside too, you know.
That's a picture of the frame sitting right side up. The unit we are interested in replacing is what appears to be the battery box with the foot pegs connected to it. I'll zoom in on that a little bit and lift it up. Box, as you can see here, 4 holes on each side there. Fits right into those 4 holes right here. In this fashion, straight up. So when you press down on the foot pegs, they don't go down any further, they will raise. I'm removing this brace off of the box. 3 screws in there, 1, 2, and 1 right behind this little peg here. When you put it back together, make sure that the pegs are in the proper position.
Oh, is it?
I'm taking pictures of all the parts of the bike that I'm sending out to be painted black. That unit right there is the front half of the frame. That's number 1. Second half of the frame is number 2. battery, and inside of it you can see a small clip. That's parts 3 and 4. The rear brake pedal, that's number 5. That's a speedometer case, is 6. Kickstand, 7. Center stand is 8. That little unit right there is the foot peg. Screws right into the right side of the oil case, the right foot peg. That unit right there is the rear foot peg bracket. Hopefully they will be painted in an upright position. So it's 10 pieces. Once again, both foot pegs, right side and rear, center stand, kickstand, and speedometer bracket, brake pedal, front half of the frame, swinging over the rear half of the frame, the battery box with a small clip inside of it, 10 parts.
Did you leave a message on there?
Take your phone.
Did you leave a number for it?
This is a picture of the back wheel, all chrome with new spokes, focusing on the center. Well, he ain't focusing. That is the back wheel with the hub before it's cleaned. Alongside of it is the front hub before it's cleaned. Zooming in, if I can, I want to get a little closer here. That's a close-up of the front hub before cleaning. Moving over to the hub, the rear wheel before cleaning. I'll try to get a picture of these two after they're done.
Before you go to the underpass, I want to make sure you got the right underpass, okay? Now, it's a...
Alright, now I'm recording. Yeah, now I'm recording. Problem is, it don't look like you're in focus too much. Is your autofocus automatic here?
Shut up, Rick.
Auto lock.
Shut up, Rick.
Okay?
Let me see it. Shut up. Trigger, okay.
Yeah. Standby don't want to stay up for me either.
Yeah, well, that's the way that thing goes.
Yeah, it's running. Your focus is running.
How's that for your eye?
You gotta push this to suit your eye. Oh, okay. No, it didn't look like you were in focus. Okay.
That's because you...
Okay, I didn't know I had an eyepiece adjustment. That's...
Is it okay now?
Yeah, that's fine. There we go.
Okay, we're using Laser's little Craftsman Dremel tool here with a small wire brush. I had previously poured a little acid jelly over this thing, cleaned it up some, but not very well. And this seems to be taking it off and giving it a pretty decent shine, so we'll continue with this and see how it turns out. You get a real good close-up on this, Blazer?
Yeah. Yeah, real good there. Well, you're real close. I don't know how real good. I'm going to feel myself tripping over wires here. There we go. Still tripping over wires. as I can get, huh?
Well, you know what's nice about doing something like this place is better to have somebody here with better eyes than I have, and who's a little bit more familiar with this work. Because I look at it and it looks good, and then all of a sudden I look at it and I say, oh, the hell, that ain't what I want.
Yeah, I'm just kind of free-floating the camera here for a second, so I don't know what we just got there a second ago.
Shut it off when you move it.
Well, I wanted to get around, but I couldn't get there. All I did was move the camera there.
Well, I scratched that little bit with the sharp wire brush and take it off pretty nicely.
That's good. Right there on the back of your head.
I don't even want to touch that section that I did previously, Blaze.
Okay.
I'm kind of wondering if it would do anything if I touched it up with a little
A little rouge over the wire brush?
Simichrome. No.
Oh, Simichrome?
With a rag on there.
Very possibly, or even the Simichrome, right on one of the buffers. You can do that, too.
Well, I'll just do a little section in here and see
See if you like
what
it.
happens.
Sure, see what that does for you. If you like what you got, you can get a more of a buff out of putting the
See, look,
buffer attachment.
can you get a good close-up on here?
Well, let me swing around and see what I can get.
See, it takes the shine off of there. You know, if you want, you can get a close-up with the,
Okay, with the manual focus?
yeah.
Oh,
Focus
well, I'm
right
just
in there.
backing up.
Yeah.
I'm just manual zooming here, that's all I'm doing.
No, you gotta use this.
Okay, that's wide. Whoops.
Right there. Gotta move it. No, you can't do it.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was doing, manual zoom.
Yeah.
Okay. That's tight there.
Well, you go, here, you gotta, see it comes down here, that's automatic. Now, from here, that's real close. You gotta, see, in that little section with the
All right,
handle,
well, where do I zoom? Do I use the button to zoom?
no, you can't.
Well, let me move it physically
Yeah,
close.
exactly.
Okay, I have to move physically close.
Yeah, right.
I gotcha.
You get this?
I don't know how physically close I have to get here. I got the camera on top of it. That's
No.
much too close. Even from back where I was, that was out of focus yet.
Right about here, look at it.
All right, about 10 inches.
See?
All right, let's see. Okay, well, that's about as close as I can
Yeah,
get.
you gotta move it. It's very, very sensitive. Here, see? Here.
Oh, I got you.
Here. No, this thing here. Move it very carefully. See?
All right, yeah, I got you. So it's just a real fine macro.
Yeah, you got that? Yeah.
Well, I'm getting some... Hold your hand up. There we go. I want to shade the light a little bit because I'm getting a white reflection. All it looks like is white there. But you can definitely see that there's a good reflection there, that's for sure.
Okay, now focusing on this section, because this is where I just, this section in through here was identical to this, except I just applied a little Simichrome on there.
Okay.
Now if I can find my rag that you're sitting on here,
All right.
I'm going to polish that top section here. Now that to me looks pretty nice. I kind of like that idea. I kind of
Alright.
like that idea very much. Hold on there, Laser. Okay, in here you can see some marks from the wire brush, and especially on here, it appears a little darker. I'm going to put a little Simichrome polish on here,
Alright.
just by hand, and see what I get in this section here.
Certainly looks like it's working, because you're getting a real black residue from the polish that you've got on there.
I like that.
Yeah, it looks like
That I'm satisfied with.
Yeah, I think that's
That's
doing a nice
great.
job.
That's great. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Okay. Once more, Blaze, concentrate on this section here.
Yeah. Now they'll just
You
move
can
down.
see that it doesn't appear to look too promising here. That's from the wire brush. It looks kind of dark, like maybe the heat from the wire brush. So we'll just take a little Simichrome on the face of that. And that's really doing it very lightly. Very good, very good.
You know what else that could be, that black, you might have just picked up some oil on that wire brush.
Exactly what I did do, yes. But that's okay, see?
Yeah.
I know where I'm at now, so I've been looking for something to get the right finish, and I think that's it.
That's great.
I really do.
Yeah, because that's a nice luster without trying to get to a chrome finish, which would be a little unrealistic.
Right. I have a little wheel that I can put the Simichrome on with. One of those split wheels. They call it a cutting wheel for... Yeah, this should come up pretty fair because I have something to work on here, see? Oh yeah, look at that piece.
I believe that's the wheel he's talking about right there.
Huh?
That little buffer.
Yeah, I like that. I'm satisfied with that, Blazer.
Super.
What do you think?
Where do we get back to automatic?
No, she'll go.
Alright.
Go on automatic.
Alright, well, we're doing just about as well with automatic at this point.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think that's a nice finish, Dad. I don't think
No, I'm
asking for
satisfied.
more than that is getting a little...
Unrealistic, yeah. I like this.
Well, let me shut the camera down here so we have some tape to
Yeah,
get things later on. And I just wanted to have some film of the person who was actually doing the refurbishing here, because he's been taking pictures all the way through of the bike itself. I don't think we have any pictures of him working on it, so now we do.
Okay, now we got the expert over here. Trying to do a little better job. It's on the front of the engine blade. Hold on. Try to zoom in on that section that he's already got done. He's just polishing with red rouge on the lower half of that plate. At the top of the case and the little hub just above his brush there is all done. As far as I'm concerned, it looks pretty darn good. We were using a wire brush on the section that you see right there. I got close up on. The section he's doing right now
We're not using a wire brush, he's just trying a red roof because it's a different type of aluminum.
Seems like it had a different level of finish to start with. At least seems like it was a little cleaner finish to start out with. So I don't think we had to go through the cleaning stage on this particular piece. Looks like all we had to do was polish it. And from what I'm seeing in front of me right now, I think it's going to turn out to be right. But this looks like it's right on the money.
Good. Okay, as you can see, this is December 7th. Blaze and I have been fooling around here for the past 2 days on that machine. It's really looking good. Close in on that chain guard there. Chain drive unit. He's got that all polished up real nice.
From right now, I'd say we're probably less than a couple.
This is looking at it from the opposite side. There's your transmission toward the right rear, behind where Blaze is working. That's it, you just pointed to it. Got that all cleaned up.
Like I said a second ago, I don't know if we were recording a second ago or not. We're probably less than a couple hours from finishing the detail work on this engine to whatever level we're going to do. And at this point right now, I think we're probably better than what you would have been able to get from the factory with this particular motorcycle in the era that it was built. So I don't think we got any room for complaint as far as the way this engine looks.
There's a nice job right there where Blaze painted on the numbers for the shift lever. Great. Okay, I got it on Blazer.
Okay. With those numbers, by the way, I couldn't find a paintbrush small enough to do what I really wanted to do. I ended up using the head of a toothpick to paint those numbers on to give you an idea of the size of those.
That Blazer's working on the front end of this now where it will probably show a little bit. As you can see, I got a real good close-up on there, Blaze.
Okay.
Maybe get a little better one even.
Alright. I don't know actually how much of this is going to show because your frame is probably going to run right up here.
Yeah.
But,
That's where all the road grime and grit has been hitting that thing, so. But all in all, can't complain. The thing looks great. Okay, there it is now. That's the Dremel tool that we've been using along the Blazer here. And boy, that thing has really made a difference on what we did with the bike here. A little wire brush on the end of it there. They got some polishers that go with it. Really, we're able to get into all these nooks and crannies like he is right now. Today is January 21st. It's about 1 p.m. And Eric Strader has just delivered the frame that he was painting. 2 pieces of frame, that's 2. Left to right, that's the kickstand. Foot peg. Top of the front forks. The round object is the holder for the speedometer, the square box for the battery. You got a shift lever in the front, the double foot pegs, and the kickstand, so all the pieces are here. Focusing in a little bit on the pieces. They look pretty good. There's a broken bolt in that headpiece right there. He was supposed to remove and he didn't. Frame don't look too bad. can give him the rest of the bike to do. These are pictures of the 24 parts of the cycle that have to be sandblasted and painted. You got one rear fender, one front fender, a gas tank. And you've got the set of shocks, or I should say the shock covers. There's 3 pieces to each one there, as you can see right next to the fender, right there. Upper 2 are sleeves. Right there is the oil reservoir with a very, very small clamp attached to it. You can see right there. You've got the tool kit. It's all metal. That's the headlight and the mount attached right to it. Right there's a speedometer case with a small U-type clamp. I'm not quite sure where that goes yet. The long object right there is the chain guard, and lying against it are 8 pieces. They are fender brackets. 6 of one size that you can see right there. 2 that are just a hair longer. So you've got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, the tank is 23 and the bracket is 24. Total of 24 pieces. The tank is to be taken by Fitz to get the inside cleaned. The rest is supposed to be taken to John to Wayne to have it sandblasted.
You know where Coast Harbor Road is.
Those are some of the pieces that Wayne has already finished sandblasting.
Chassis.
The rest he still has rather.
Helicopter down there at the bottom of the road.
But cleaned those up and they're getting ready to be painted. Today we start putting the frame together into the bike. Today is February 1st, and as you can see, we've hooked up a strap to the ceiling there, and we've begun putting the frame into the engine. Having a little problem, but we'll see how far we get. John is helping me so far.
Okay, now we're recording. Here we go.
Chain adjustments.
Alright, well let me get a little bit of place here.
Off the forks your triple trees.
Alright. Why do I feel like I'm not in autofocus here? Because I'm not focusing.
It may not be dead, may have...
3 volts in top of frame. That's those here.
Well, she's autofocusing. I'm just... Alright, what we're doing here is we're starting to do the second section of the frame. Goes from underneath the front corner of the engine. I still got a lousy focus here.
Dad was doing manually for a while with the other one, Blaze. You might just... Okay, Blaze, shut the camera off, Blaze.
Alright, we'll shut the camera off here.
It didn't go... Dad, he didn't know that. Would you just find me a bolt for this? I've been trying to find you a bolt, John.
Okay, alright.
Hey, all there was...
While everyone's arguing here,
You can tell everything is going fine. We're already screaming at one another, and we've only got 2 bolts in.
okay, what we're doing here is they've already put in the top section of the frame, which encompasses the engine. Basically a triangular piece, which has the neck of the fork, which I'm focused on right here, coming down across the top of the engine, the rear of the engine, and the front. on right now starts at this corner, right here. If John would move his head back a little bit, right where his hands are, we're gonna bolt those bolts together right there.
This is the bottom piece.
And we're gonna work on this entire rear section of the frame,
Yeah.
which would
I don't
bolt
want that
the
yet.
rear wheel right to there, right to this, the rear slide bolts
that same size.
coming up
Let me
to,
see this.
right to that point where it's going to attach to the first portion of the frame, about where the seat will mount. You can see the rear uprights there.
It is up here,
That,
right?
right there is where,
From here, yeah, that's a return.
that hole right there
Okay, so it does, all right. Take that
will
off.
mount to
Set
that hole right there.
I'm not setting anything down. Hold it right here. Just take that off.
Once this is complete, we'll have a major portion of the frame completed again.
Right, once we get everything set roughly in place, we can start snugging bolts one at a time. And I don't want to snug anything till we've got all of these, but this is all spaced fit here, all over the place. I want all of the pieces that slide snugly together to slide in loosely first, so we don't chip the paint all off the frame.
Right. A nice job in painting the frame. We want to keep it that way if we can.
As much of it as we can, anyway. Now, I hope you remember which order you just took.
Putting this bolt in first that they're working on right now simply is going to allow them to swing the whole rear portion of the frame up into place
Heavy paint.
without having to support it all at once. They'll have one pivot point to work the entire rest of the frame off of.
When all else fails, use a bigger hammer. No, nonsense. Yeah, that's what... I just pushed it 6 inches. Get away from me with that hammer. John, here, just... How's that? Okay? You don't hear it. Don't bring hammers around here. Take all the joy out of this.
Let's move this little box of bolts here. It's getting in my way.
Okay, now, before we go tightening any bolts, Dad, this is where you gotta look at your kickstand. Okay, what all goes on this stud? Here, this. All goes on. What the hell is that spacer there for? I don't know what the spacer is there for. But it goes there. It goes like this, if I recall correctly. Yes. Okay, exactly.
Here, with people out of the way, we can see the first shot where I was trying to show you where the two rear portions of the frame will line up. I have them both in the same frame here right now. That lower hole is simply going to swing upwards and bolt into the upper.
Now, Dad, does your kickstand also go on this particular bolt? I would kind of think so. Oh, get it? Let's take a look. I think it so. Doesn't cure anything here now.
Alright, I think I'm going to fade back and knock this off. We have a good idea of what's going on and what needs to be accomplished.
Kickstand, this is...
We'll begin again a little bit later after some of this work has been accomplished. This gives us a good idea where we're at and what steps are being taken and will be taken before we start shooting again.
Okay,
a little nick out of it.
we've got the front half of the frame in, and we've just connected, the portion where Blaze is pointing to right there.
Here, it goes here.
Hold on, Blaze, let me
Yeah.
kind of zoom that in if I can.
Frame is in two sections here, and this piece are separate. We just attached here. On the front where John is at, we just attached another major pivot right there, two major points. And then along the bottom of the engine are a few bolts along here that also had to be drifted through both parts of the frame and mounting plates. So all that was done since the last shots were taken. John's just showing you where the kickstand is going to mount.
We're trying to mount that, find out how that kickstand goes on.
Well, see, he doesn't believe me.
So far, so good. Okay, taking a few more pictures here. We got the front half of the frame on, the back half on. Zooming in there a little bit. We've got the kickstand connected temporarily at least. Now we're putting on a center stand. Right there where John is, those two plates, I cleaned them up, stuck those on. So we're progressing nicely so far. battery box connected. I've got 3 bolts there. Having a hard time getting the 4th one in. The kickstand, center stand is on. We'll snap up underneath there to that little lip. But slowly but surely, we're getting there. It's getting pretty late. Been on this thing all day. So, we got the frame bolted from both sides. The plates in between, which is the toughest part. Gotta zoom in on that area. Down in there. Way down in there where the frame goes in. But, we're getting there, slowly but surely. I think we'll call it a day for today. Okay, today is March, 14th, Blaze?
Believe so. Had a long watch.
And, Blaze and I have been putting the forks together, and after a lot of trouble, we finally got them mounted. So we're going to call it a day. And, I guess about the next thing we got to start doing is putting our fenders on, and those should be done any day if they're not already done. Thank you, Blazer.
No problem. Our biggest trouble was right in here. I don't know how well you can get. There's a clamp that holds each fork tube in place here and here. This one was didn't seem to be completely round where it opens up to allow it to pinch the fork tube.
And the little old Dremel tool came in handy again.
Yeah, we used the Dremel tool and a little sanding drum. Sanded that edge down and it slid right in after, like you said, a lot of trouble in trying to find out.
Okay, the only thing I want to do now, Blazer, is put those 2 lock nuts in there and we're done for today, okay?
Okay.
Little by little. Take the gas tank out to be painted tonight. Maybe, with any luck, I'll be able to pick up the fork covers and get to work on that. As you can see, it's April the 9th. Got the headlight and shocks on there. We've got done polishing up the frame. Take a little close-up of the fender here. We really did a nice job on that. Well, that's the fender on the bike. It's not tightened up yet. I gotta get a few new bolts for on there, but at least it's beginning to come on the way I'd like it to. Well, we got the front fender on. Put the light on there. We're good. Working on the back fender. Put the light in on the back. Ran the wire up, got it bolted on the bottom. Coming along pretty good. Okay, we got the back fender mounted along with the light and the brackets. A little close up here. Brackets are all on. Got the front wheel mounted. Looking pretty good. Unfortunately, scratches is what I'm trying to say. On the very, very bottom there, but I imagine she'll be okay. Okay, the bike is sitting on a floor now. It's partially supported by that strap. The kickstand is not quite resting on the floor. Gary, Blaze, and I, we just took it down, set it on the floor. I hopefully want to be able to get a couple of planks and put it back on a horses so that I can complete the rest of it. You want to go stand by my bike, Andy?
Okay.
Go ahead. Attaboy. How do you like that, huh?
Good.
Is that pretty nice? Yeah? Okay. How old are you now, Andy?
5.
5. All right. Today, I put the handlebars on. As you can see right there. I also put on the brake cable. On the front there. That little bolt you're looking at there with the hex head, small bolt underneath it, the cable set on the front wheel. I ran all over Gloversville, Johnstown, and Amsterdam before I got Ray Koshiba to make that up for me. Had to have it. Okay, we've managed, as I said, to mount the handlebars. I put on the front brake cable right there. The clutch cable hanging right there temporarily, as you can see it, has also been mounted. It even appears to work. And I used the handle right there. I've been racking my brain here trying to figure out where the regulator mounted. As you see, it just took a quick tumble on me. That is the cover that the regulator mounts on. But it's got to hang on something. I couldn't figure out what. The 2 center bolts you see right there mount on the toolkit. Right there. That bolt on the front point there, and the 2 in the back, that's where the regulator mounts to it. The plates there on the back and the front are for support. So I have to get those cleaned up. This is the regulator right here. That's the bottom part of it. That's what mounts on that plate I was just showing you over there. And it all mounts to the toolkit. Right now we're looking at the toolbox that I mounted. This is looking at it from the left side of the bike. Those two little holes you see in there, believe it or not, are to be used for mounting of the regulator. The little unit right there. Took the old wire off there, mounted a new black one right there. I have to wait until I get the boot for the spark plug. Then we'll cut the wire to fit. Right there we're looking at the brackets for the saddlebag. They're hanging on nails right there. These are the plates for the rubber backing on the regulator. And I just got done cleaning the cable, which was solid rust. As you can see, it came up pretty decent right there. Well, here we are again. The bike is standing on the center stand now, and as you can see, I've mounted the seat. Underneath it, of course, is the toolbox kit, which is mounted. I have also mounted, as I said before, the cable going up the front, and I've mounted some cables try to get a little closer with this here. Try to show how we mounted those things. That's the section directly under the speedometer that I mounted. Curved one. You can see the one right next to it right here is the brake cable. I mean, not the brake cable, the accelerator that goes to the carburetor. Mounted them into that little hook there, brought them back along the frame here. Down the bottom there is where the speedometer hooks up. And that, of course, is the carburetor. Ain't that a big one? I have to take the headlight off to get that speedometer mounted. We'll get that back on hopefully tomorrow. I've got the chain guard to put on, and I think that little unit, the regulator, I'm going to mount right on the side of the box, right there. Those two holes you see? And it'll kind of sit right under the saddle. I don't think it's going to look too bad there. I've been trying to find another spot for it, but it doesn't seem to work out too well. Okay, right there we're focusing on the chain guard that I mounted the other day. Darn near had to take the whole back wheel off to do it. Had to take those two brackets right there that I'm focusing on off. Moved the fender just slightly, and I just did manage to get it in. Also, I took off the speedometer again. Reworked that and got it back on, along with the headlight. Now I'm working on the brake wire for the front brake here. As you can see, I'm focusing on it right there. I believe that I may just have that wrong. But we'll see what we can do with it. This is 8 o'clock in the evening. Just picked up the oil tank and the gas tank. That is one heck of a nice job of script work right on there. That is not a decal, that is hand painted. Beautiful. And that's the tank, that's a decal of the Indian, but the striping is hand painted. Really pretty. And there's a shot from the other side. I'm really pleased with that. Really nice job, really pretty job. Well, we're looking at it. I got it turned around a little bit. As you can see right there, I got the tailpipe, exhaust pipe, and muffler mounted. Right there you can also see the oil tank. Viewing from a different perspective here. Show you the oil tank on there. I wish I had a better muffler and tailpipe for it, but I don't. Not much I can do about it. But it's coming along. I'm getting a little by little. I'm really waiting for Blaze now to come in so that he can do the wiring. Crazy as a bed bug. 10:30 and here we are, right? Good evening there, Liz.
Falling asleep on our feet.
Yeah. Well, we finally got the old Indian on there. Looks mighty fine.
It's starting to look like a motorcycle. Now, if we can get all the functional things working right, we'll be in business.
Got the muffler on. Blaze is fooling around with wires of all. What do you think, Blaze?
Well, if I had half an idea where they were all going, I'd be a lot better off, but we'll figure it out eventually. It's looking good so far.
That little idiotic thing I'm focusing on now, that regulator, giving me more problems than a whole dang bike. Okay, I went away for the weekend. I left the bike here, and John and Blaze worked on it, evidently Saturday or Sunday, and they finished up the wiring, which goes right there in that little unit there with a key in it. But anyway, all working. And, today I came back and started working, connecting the last of the wires to the battery. Now, right there is the battery.
Yeah, that's what I wanna go.
Shush.
I
got it.
Camera, I wanna see
I got it set in there. I got the old cap, right, that's Johnny's big head in the way.
It's too bad, because I wanna see what the hell you did.
I got that in there. And I went over to Wayne. John, hold that wrench underneath the bike, see it?
Oh, boy, I don't like these wires. What, this?
Yeah.
Oh, you had a wrench made for your oil. God, he's a...
Wayne made that for me, God love him.
God, he is inventive.
That's for the oil. Okay, we got John working on a magneto there. I sure hope he knows what the hell he's doing.
I was hoping he wouldn't put this on tape, because I know.
Because I don't. Oh, this is proof that he screwed it up, okay.
Look at all this neat stuff in here. Wow, that's kind of neat. Here's what I want. Something's moving. I want this thing out.
That something moving is me. Here we are about 5:30 in the evening. Johnny's fooling around on the floor trying to read a little bit about the carburetor there. Hopefully we don't have anything else to do with it.
Not reading, it doesn't mean anything to me so far.
But tonight we are going to attempt to start it. I moved it so that the exhaust will go out the door if it starts, I hope. I have a quart of gasoline in there. We're just waiting for Blaze.
If he doesn't get here, we ain't gonna wait for him too long.
See how it goes.
What? What do you mean right there?
Okay, we're about ready to start this thing.
This is Betsy. What's this doing? No wonder he doesn't like
You
it.
borrowed it, John, for me.
Yeah, I borrowed it for you. You just... Yeah,
John, I've been using it the other day when I was tanking. Besides, Fitzy's got my big table saw. I can have his little wrench.
Last I heard that was Manny's big
That's my table saw. He owes it to me for what you call storage down here. Anyway,
Amazing how he just saw this stuff.
we're about ready to start it, and Blaze discovered a leak. Record.
This is coming right from there.
Okay, final moment here, we hope. Dad's giving her a couple kicks. Did we bother to turn the key on?
Yeah, Dad turned it on.
Okay. Daddy's standing up taking pictures. How you doing, Matt? Trying to start Grandpa's mower. So you got the headlight on, Dad. You don't want that either. One click is what you need. One click is live for ignition.
He's not gonna listen. So far enough.
Hi. How you doing, babe? What are we doing here?
You got that on, John?
Yeah.
Okay, I just tried to adjustment.
Yeah, might be a little adjustment. I'll screw that Danny when he turns it up. Why? Yep. I didn't expect it to go on the first kick.
He said you're too big. Is that a little kid's bike?
I'm just trying. Well, there's a couple places where fuel is leaking, Dad. I'm just trying to see
That's
where it's leaking from.
Indian.
Yeah, see this? And you're right, Blaze, about where it's coming from there.
That thing sound like it's sparking, John.
Let's try that and see. How can you tell from one cylinder?
Here we go. Record. I'm recording.
I got a manual choke on here. It's called holding your finger over the opening a little bit.
Hey, whatever it takes.
Actually, it looks like we got plenty of fuel. I might not want to choke it, actually. I might want to just use that open there. Try to leave the towel closed, yeah. Let's just see what... Boy, you sure can make this thing dance. I opened my finger over and something stuck down
remember that filter might not be full yet. We might not even... Ouch.
Okay? This thing ain't wrong.
There's going to be some great videotaping here with me slamming my head against the ductwork.
Make for interesting viewing afterwards.
Yeah. What are we adjusting now?
He just tightened up the bolt on the voltage regulator. That would have anything to do with it starting.
Magneto.
Well, something's drastically wrong. Something's drastic. I haven't run in 25 years. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't appear to be like off. I don't know what the off position is in this thing.
Don't take a lot to turn it, Blaze.
Well, I'm trying to turn it quickly. That makes all the difference. RPM. There you go. Spark one.
Okay, we seem to have a little problem here.
Valve timing is okay. All we're playing with really is ignition, right? Yep.
We'll give it another shot.
So your gas will still be getting in the cylinder. Oh! Did you hear that? I heard a pop. I did too. That was a pop. That wanted to fire.
Key on, Blaze?
Key is on. Hard spot in that kicker now. What are you doing for fuel? Anything? I'm not doing anything. Off. Try it with a little, see what happens. Yeah? Yeah. Try it with a lot. Try it with a lot.
Well, we've got a little bit smoke behind Blaze, so it backfired a few times. Come on, Blaze, make it pop once for posterity here.
Aiming with my thumb here. Oh, look at that. Hold it wide open. Keep it wide open. I'll press the air in here. Get tired, holler. How long ago can I holler?
Well, lots of smoke back there, but no engine running yet. Don't kick the gas tank down, that's all.
What are you doing with choke?
Now I was holding, this is up, and it's already wide open. Just notice the difference when you hold your thumb completely over the hole, or give it just a little bit, a little bit of air. For the most part, my thumb is over, that was back at me. See that? I wonder where timing is. Now hold your thumb completely over the hole for a few kicks, and then as you let off, is when you'll start to get little
Okay, here we are a day and a half later, after the first attempt. What? Alright. Okay.
That's the first time it's coughed without
Somebody choking it.
I was just gonna say, it might have to over there. Yeah.
Oh, well. Okay, this is about a day and a half after our first attempt anyways, and we've had mostly fuel system problems. We got the spark figured out the first day, and we're making an attempt. The bike has coughed a couple times now, but the only choke we have is my thumb, so I'm going to shut the camera down so I can go over and attempt to choke it a little bit, see if we can get it to pop.
Yeah.
off here, let's go wide open, we might be...
Here it is, 11:30 p.m. And we're still screwing around with this here crazy machine. There's little Matthew over there. Hi, Matt.
Yeah.
Say, I'm tired.
Okay, now,
Say, oh my.
try choking,
We've changed the timing on it
still got throttle wide open.
from what it shows in the book to the seat.
Come on, come on.
And a few puffs we've gotten. That's the best yet.
Come off the throttle, that's it. Come off the throttle a little bit. I still gotta get it full throttle, we need carburetor adjustments at this point.
Yeah, well, let get it running, that's all.
Now, where are you holding, Blake? Once we, yeah, right? Yep. Where are we holding? Where are you holding the thumb? Just charging, I'm trying to give a little bit of air. Yeah. Almost full show. All right. No, all we gotta do is experiment. More or less.
Whee! Hey!
Alright, let's leave it choke for a bit then.
Go, man, go! Go!
Grab a little screwdriver. Try an adjustment or two. On this, I
bottom
come
one.
out 2 on that.
The bottom one, John.
The bottom one,
Yeah.
ready? Oh no, that's just a tight spot. Whoa. A little bit, there you go.
Put the key on.
Where's the screwdriver? You can't reach it. That was me, I was playing with the throttle. My mistake. Ready? No. Okay.
Hey, man, it's running!
That's why you gotta stay on the fumes and the smoke. You have to hold that thing there and keep it going.
Yeah, right now. Can we get the adjustment?
Hallelujah, it's running! It's running!
Right? Not too hot. After all this 20 years. Yeah.
Listen there, all right, all right.
Why don't you go upstairs? Run up for a minute.
Now,
Try to get Daddy to come home.
what if I bring this on the throttle? Yeah. Oh, there.
Today is May 14th, as you can see on the bottom of the film there. I just got done working on the carburetor. Put a new screen filter in a tank. Made up a new leather cup last night. And we'll see how the sucker's going to work today. On the kick, there she is. outside and get a little better look at it. Sounds like it's warming up a little. She's speeding up a little. Turn down the throttle a little. Oh, listen to that thing purr. Can't get much better. That's a picture of the bike with the two bags. Everything is done on it, except for acorn nuts that I will be putting on the back fender right there, and up there, on the front fender on the top there, and bottom there. I'm going to switch to the other side. As you can see, we've got the mirror on it. We've got handle grips right there. You have the speedometer there. 5, 3, 7, 5, and 7/10. Right there's the bracket that Wayne made for me. He's also made an air filter for me that I haven't got yet, but I'll take a shot of that as soon as I get it. So looking from the rear of the right side of the bike. A toolkit right there.
Yeah.
Okay, today is Sunday, February 11th, 2007. This is the tail end. If you've watched this whole video, you've got the video of this bike being rebuilt. in 1991. In 1995, Dad got sick of it sitting in his shed doing nothing, so we sold it to a guy in Boston. And he's had it for the last, 12 years, I guess. But a couple years ago, Dad got Alzheimer's. He's now here in the Wilkinson Center right here. Doesn't remember too much. All of a sudden, rebuilding this bike got a real lot more important to me. It was important that I have the bike back, so I tracked the guy down in Boston, and after a couple months worth of negotiations, I bought the bike back. So I'm going to roll it upstairs right now, out the third floor elevator of the Wilkinson Center, and see if I get any reaction at all out of Dad. Even if I don't, I want a picture of him near the bike again, because it's back in the family, and it's here to stay now. Ready to go upstairs, sweetheart?
Yep, you ready?
You recognize this? No. No? How come? What do you think it is?
Get up and look at it, Grandpa.
Take a close look at this, Dad.
Yeah, look at it. Look at it.
Hey.
What is that?
Have you ever seen that before?
Come on, stand up.
Well, if you get too close, you're not going to be able to see it.
Oh, all right, all right.
Remember that, Dad? You remember this? Does that look familiar to you? Huh? Tell me what that is, Dad. What is that?
How you doing, Tom?
All right, yourself. An Indian. You're damn right it's an Indian. Whose Indian is it? Whose Indian is that, Dad? Huh? You know that that's your Indian? Remember rebuilding that with me and Blaze? Come on, let's take a peek at this. Can I hold your baby for a second? Come here. You stand up. Yeah. You stand up with me, take a close look at this bike, Dad. Hey.
Did you want to get through?
Then you go by.
Go ahead, you go outside, I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's all part of the video. Yeah, I see a smile on his face. You like that bike, Dad? Is it pretty? I see that smile of recognition. He remembers. He knew it was an Indian. What year is that Indian?
Did he say?
Here, I want you to take a closer look at this. You stand up and take a look at this Indian with me? Come on. Come on, Dad. Stand up. Come on. Yeah.
My dad's 50. That was
What's that say? No. You know whose Indian that is?
Yeah, go ahead. That's yours, Grandpa.
I was surprised when he said Indian when I asked him what it was. He said Indian. Remember this bike? Yeah, I think you might. Someplace inside there's a spark there. You, me, and Blaze spent a lot of time rebuilding this bike. Possibility? Yeah, that's a possibility. Went through yesterday. It was like 1995. Dad sold it to him, so he's had the bike 12 years.
I didn't think it was that long. We sold it on Story Street?
Oh yeah, we sold it on Story Street. I remember him coming to get it with the truck.
Hi, Graham.
On Story Street, the flatbed.
Oh, Sarah.
I knew you'd like that. Very careful.
He's gonna go. Let's see where he's gonna go. I thought he was gonna walk around this side of it.
It's just that you don't know if he's going to fall or not.
Looks like he's gonna try to get out.
Have a seat. Sure.
I think she's concerned about you. Well, I don't 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 think she's concerned about you. Well, I don't
little buddy over there. Sarah, do you have a still camera too?
I do?
I want a couple shots. I like this.
Yeah,
Sit here just playing with this like this.